Hello, everybody. So, guys, let's talk about what is happening in the globe today. Listen, the news is still coming from the United States of America and the new administration under Donald Trump. And I don't know, guys, what this is supposed to mean for the rest of us who are on a journey of financial freedom when we possibly could be facing a recession. And obviously, as the world already knows, that whenever the United States goes the rest of the world gets a cold. When the United States gets a cold, the rest of the world gets pneumonia. Economically, by the way. And I'm just thinking to myself, there are some things, of course, that we need to check in order for us to continue making money. You know, they say that there's always a silver lining at the end of the, was it silver lining of the silver cloud? What they call it? You know what I'm trying to say here. Okay. So as you already know, that some people will tell you you need to look at the positive about everything that is happening, which of course reminds me that online money, online businesses and other opportunities to make money online, some of them are definitely recession proof. Great Depression proof as well, if that's where the world might be ending at the end of the day, which I think that is too extreme if you ask me. But hey, global economies are controlled, of course, by the events that are happening in the world. And right now, I mean, I was reading somewhere, actually online, it's a local newspaper talking about how Germany has put out a travel warning for Germans going to the United States. Why? Because the Trump administration started arresting German citizens. For what reasons? Well, I don't know. Maybe it also has to do with the trade wars that are going on, and also how the Trump administration is talking ill of NATO and even threatening to pull out at some point during the course of the year. I have no idea what that is about. But going back to Elon Musk as well, who is adamant and playing the victim about everything that is happening, that people are evil, he's calling people evil, all because he is shedding people who are not supposed to be getting the salaries that they're undeserving. And I don't understand what that means, because I thought Congress or senators or American politicians that are in Congress, they earn federal salary. And if all the other people that have been fired because they are federal workers, then how come they are not fired? Because they under federal payments or payroll for that matter. So all these things are so confusing of what exactly is going on. One now is just sitting and waiting to see what the consequences of all of this. And I see as well with Canada taking a very strong stance against the United States, particularly red states where they conduct business together. I mean, the removal of red state wines and alcohol and other commodities. It's sad to watch, because I mean, the United States, it's the United States, guys. I mean, imagine the world with an empire like the United States having fallen. Who's going to rise is what I want to know. I see the BRICS nation, they doing all that they can to come together and probably even use this opportunity to minimize the blow on their side. And anybody else that is outside of this is going to, I don't know, suffer the consequences of whatever is coming out of the Trump administration, basically going all out without gloves on other nations on the planet, particularly its own allies, which is very shocking to me, if you asked me. Now, you are seeing also deals that are being made between the United States and United Arab Emirates, which is, I think, is going to invest about $1.2 trillion for the next 10 years into the American economy, which, if you think about it, it's wow. It's kind of like makes one to think that, okay, I see Donald Trump's plan. Who is next? Because I think he still thinks that Saudi Arabia is still with the United States, and yet Saudi Arabia, I don't know if it was accepted or still trying to get itself into the BRICS nation. The very thing that Donald Trump is frowning upon, and I think it's a sore thumb to him because, of course, as you already know, that the BRICS nation are going for the dollar. Especially with trade. When it comes to trade, it's going for the US dollar. And again, what's going to happen? Because one of the co-founders of BRICS, which is Russia, apparently is friends with the Trump administration. What does that mean for BRICS? What does it mean for countries like South Africa that are being targeted by the Trump administration for its own internal politics? What does all that mean? I mean, it's so many things, more questions than answers that one has. And hey, I am not well versed when it comes to things like this. But I am not sitting on my laurels either. I'm not sitting on my ears. I do always check what is happening around me, get myself informed as much as I can, share my thoughts if I can, like I'm doing right now with this video. But I'm also willing to learn from those that understand all of this. What is the big picture is what I want to know. Is the big picture on America becoming a mega power? And in order for it to become a mega power, it's targeting regions or countries with resources from the earth that they know they can bully these nations into submission. As a result, they come, number one, plant the soldiers. Secondly, then they start digging into the grounds of these nations that they are targeting. I don't know, but it looks like that to me. And the question is, will the world say something? Will the world do something? Are we indeed in the brink of World War III, like Donald Trump tried to warn Zelensky the last time he was in the White House that he is dancing, or is it, what did he say? He's dancing around World War III or something like that. And I was like, what do you know that we don't know? Because why would you throw something like that into open air like that? I didn't understand. So there's a lot going on, and I think the answers may rest with the people that are in the know, people that probably have been briefed by the Trump administration. I don't know. But the rest of us, all we can do is just sit and wait. Maybe do say a few things in retaliation or in support of our own nations and our own products and brands, and show the Trump administration that we can do it without you. Because if you come to Africa, he has taken away aid that has many people, not only helping people that are destitute, but helping people that are sick, people also that are working and were getting a salary, and now they are without work, adding on to the unemployment rate in these countries where funding was pulled, and also people's health being threatened. And I know what you will say, some of you. Yes, some of these nations, they ought to already have built up their own funding and their own establishments and pharmaceutical companies, etc., and so on, to take care of their own people, which actually I agree with that. I feel like sometimes the taking away or the withdrawal of these funds is a blessing in disguise, but at the same time, very, very cruel. Blessing in disguise in a form that it forces these countries to start standing up for themselves, and also understand that none of this is permanent, and it could be taken at any given time. However, the timing was wrong because they were never given any plan or warning so that they can start planning and putting contingency plans in place, and also looking for alternative from the United States. Everything just happened suddenly in the most inhumane and cruel way, clearly, which also demonstrates to me that this man, he doesn't like certain group of people, which kind of like confirms with the South African Afrikaners that he has opened a corridor for them, and also not only gave them a corridor into the United States, but also offering them American citizenship. And these people are of a particular and specific race, while in the United States, he is chasing out people that are of a different group of people, which doesn't make sense. And also, I'm listening and hearing rumors of segregation in the United States coming back, Jim Crow, which I don't think ever left the United States. It's back in full force under the Trump administration. So I don't know, guys. I don't know where humanity is headed to. I just hope that sense will prevail, humanity will prevail, and unity of the globe will also prevail and put an end to any threat towards human rights, democracy, as well as financial peace of mind for everybody. That's just what I am hoping for. That sensibility will prevail at the end of the day. But when you hear a president of the United States, the land of the free and the brave, you hear them talk about people that are protesting, they should be hanged. That's scary to me. That means the First Amendment in the United States is null and void. It sounds like that to me. I'm from the outside looking in. It sounds like the First Amendment is definitely no longer a thing under this administration. But anyways, let me leave my thoughts right here. We will get back to normal programming once I am done with my own thoughts on the matter that is happening. Of course, now and again, I will come and I will report on some things that I am learning that are coming out from the United States or elsewhere, or from Tesla, Elon Musk, you name them. I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, guys, please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.